Hello, it's me. I am free. I actually got myself free early, but yes, I am free. So, all good. Let me just check that everything is working properly, because you just never know. Ooh, not yet. Ooh. Yes, excellent. Hurrah, hurrah. We're free. We're live. All that good stuff. Right, so do leave a comment when you join. I need to remember where my camera is. It's there. So, mash up today because we've got almost no time left for Sale-a-Bration. Let me look at my calendar. We have got less than a week. This time next week, no Sale-a-Bration. So, hello Judith. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm still a little tired, but I'm not too bad. A lot of that is because I've had forced nothingness for 10 days. Hello from cold Kansas. I know I've been missing doing lives as well, but trust me, I was falling asleep. The first weekend, so not this one we've just had, but the weekend before, I kid you not, I was sleeping 20 out of 24 hours. It was interesting. Didn't feel unwell, I just felt really tired. And then I felt really frustrated that I couldn't go out. So, yeah. Coffee helps. There's that's something on my coffee as opposed to my coffee falling to pieces. There's a thing going round on Instagram about how many cups of coffee do you have between 5 and 10? No, 5. I can't remember. Anyway, it's times, and it's the whole as opposed to for the day. That really didn't make any sense. Hello, Lorna. Thank you for liking and sharing. Liking and sharing is caring. So I've got this mashup today. I've got ideas in my head which may or may not work. Because, they may or may not work. So my first card is going to use the Sunshine and Rainbows paper. But it's also using dies from the Sweetheart dies. So, yes, let's flip down and get started. So, there we go. Gosh, that looks almost mint. Oh, I meant to bring down my Sale-a-Bration, not my Sale-a-Bration, my Stamping Up banner, but never mind. It's fine. Morning Bee, morning Donna. Hello, Rachel. Rachel and I met last week on YouTube. I mean, we've met before, but we met on a live streaming with Kylie Bertucci. That was later last week, and I wasn't really sleeping, so I thought I'll see what's going on. And there was Kylie going live on YouTube, and yeah, great fun. Anyway, I have done some die cutting. So I've used the little envelope from the Sweethearts Dies set, which is in the mini. Morning, Joanne. So you get lots of hearts. Surprise, surprise. This is sort of a Valentine's set, but I'm very much of the opinion that you don't have to just use things for Valentine's. Hello, Jan. No, I didn't, Rachel. I was very, very pleased for you to put my website on the live. I have to say I was slightly overwhelmed by the whole thing because it was like, oh, Liz, yours in the house. Yeah, it was kind of bizarre. Anyhow, morning, Wendy. I hope you didn't get too blown away last week with Eunice and what was the other one? The one that's just gone through, Franklin or something. I don't know. Anyway. I'm not receiving enough video to maintain a smooth streaming. Excuse me one moment. Let's just check my thing. Oh, which is... Right, I need to turn this off and on. And then it should be better. My repeater wasn't. Sorry about that. hopefully things will be better. Hello, Elizabeth from Melbourne. So I'm hoping that we will soon get better streaming. Morning, Nora. Hopefully, let's get rid of the message. I got a message right across my screen. Ah, better. Good. Hello, Jan from South Florida. I'm feeling a lot better, just a bit tired. So yes, my Wi-Fi repeater was not repeating, but that's all sorted now. So yes, lots of hearts, but that doesn't mean it's just for Valentine's. And the envelope is perfect for all sorts of things. And I will be also, hello Jan, yes, morning fellow sunflowers. I'll also be using the tag, but not for this project. Hello Karen. So there is actually, I don't know if you can see, have I got some black there? Oh, it's not black, it's Blackberry Bliss, but can you see that this bit of the envelope is slightly different? So there is actually a right way up and a wrong way up for the envelope. I hadn't realised that until about 10 minutes ago when I was doing the die cutting, and I suddenly thought, that's not the same in all directions. So this is the one that's different. So I'm just going to get them all lined up so that they are all in the right direction. Now it may be that these won't all fit, but I'm going to give it a go. For the card that I'm doing. Now this is actually a stripe that goes up and down, but I've just die cut it diagonally. So these are the reverses of some of the, well actually one of them's the front, that's a front, but a lot of them are the reverses of the papers. So what I would call the B's. What I'm going to do is fold them up, and I am just going to measure what size the envelope ends up at. Hello Subu, bringing crafting to you. Right, so that's about straight. So that, I hope, is going to be about the right size, but let's see. Yes, it is. And then it's going to be the same. Hello, Helen from Michigan. I think we've got a number of people from Michigan. Anyway, so yes, I'm going to cut a few of these, and then I'm going to have them in each of the little pockets. But as I say, I'm not going to write on them today, but you can write on them, and I'm only not going to write on them today because that will take time and my writing's crap, to be honest. So 2, 4, 6. Right, so those are my little inserts. And now what I've got to do is pop these together. The easiest thing, frankly, is a glue dot. So let me grab my mini glue dots, which I'm going to need to get some more out very soon. Those of you who are in the UK, please remember that if you ever need adhesive, I do stock adhesive. So if you ever need some, just let me know and I can always pop some in the post to you. We are allowed to, in inverted commas, cash and carry them. So, morning Joanne from Canada. So that then takes its little insert, and you can then flip that down if you want. So let's just very quickly get these all done, and then we can make up the card. So I'm putting the glue dot in the center of the bottom flap, for want of a better word or description of where they're going. So have any of you used these dies? And have any of you got this paper, which, let's face it, is amazing? Do remember that now is a perfect time to stock up so that you can get more of this paper. Now, I worked out what was going on by the time I got to this one. Morning, Mary. Another sunflower. So this flap is the one that's the top, and I actually worked out how to cut it so that it was the right way up. Sad, isn't it? Just makes me so happy when things actually fall into place, particularly when I am a bear of little brain at the moment. Any Winnie the Pooh fans out there? So, some of us, I know Mary isn't, but some of us, some of the team, have a team event to go to this weekend, which is going to be fun. It's an in-person event. I'm not running it, it's my upline who's running it, but because my team are by default part of her team, my team gets to go too. So it's going to be lovely to meet up in person. So yeah. Right, so those are all my envelopes. And let me just pop that back on its little hook. Now, I haven't actually decided on the paper that I'm going to use for the background because I wanted to see what they looked like first. And I know I've got to put the little cards into the envelopes. So I need a paper that isn't one of those. And I actually want quite a contrast. I might go really contrast. That needs a bit more encouragement. I think it actually needs the glue dot to be slightly in a different place. Oh, I've done these all different. Excuse me, that's going to do my head in. This one is wrong. All the others are the same. This one is not. So that's fine. Let's do that and add another glue dot. Let's get this one off. Or not. Jan is so excited. At least I'm honest. Yes. B is looking forward to Sunday as well. Yes, so there's going to be a lot of us who are looking forward to Sunday. Can't quite remember who in the team is going, but I'm going to put 2 glue dots on just so that I know it catches properly. That's better. So, if it's going to be that one, it's got to go that way, I think. Not those two next to each other. So I'm thinking, yep, like that one. They are super, super cute. Super, super cute. You are absolutely correct. Right, so trimmer. Don't want 2 trimmers, I just want 1, thank you. So we're going to go this way. So I'm going to go, I think I might use a black backing. So we'll do 3 3/4 by 5 1/2, like that. And then, yes, I even have a black mat ready to go. Such a thing never happened in my life. And I need a piece of thick Whisper White for my card base. So as ever, I do my card bases by scoring once and cutting once. Doesn't matter whether you do long and thin or short and fat. I would still say score once, cut once. Oh, wonderful, Jan. Jan is also going to an in-person event, but she's doing it on Saturday. It's so exciting. I just can't even begin to say how exciting it is. I mean, I love doing my virtual retreats because with my team spread out, it's a great way to go even if you haven't got a pandemic. But yeah. What die set is that from? Your Jeep feeder I'm jumping around. It is the Sweethearts. So from the Sweet Conversation set. The paper is the Sunshine and Rainbows. Oh, thank you, Bee, for making one without chocolate. Yum, yum. Yes, because Bee remembers that I can't do chocolate. No, I need another glue dot under there as well. So yes, Sunshine and Rainbows for the paper, which is a Sale-a-Bration item. I can't remember what the figures are for outside of Europe, but for Europe and the UK, it's 50. No, it's not. It's £45 or €60 for a level 1 Sale-a-Bration item. and twice that, so 90 and 120 for a level 2. I love the sunshine and rainbows. It's just heavenly. It's just fun. Right, so yes, 2 glue dots are better than 1. So let me add this to my my mat rather. Ooh, except no, there's too much paper, Pool Party already, and I'm using Pool Party for my next card. It's almost like I planned it, which I did about 2 minutes before going live. Those would make a nice advent. They would. And actually, I have an idea. I'm going to put this the other way up, but I have an idea for something that like mini kit, which is going to be a birthday advent. So it's going to be 7 days leading up to people's birthdays. That's really nice and crooked, but never mind. So let's decide where these are going to go, and as I do so, I'm going to pop the little card in. Now, had I been slightly cleverer, I would have been able... Oh, no, I can just about tuck the flap under the opposite flap. Just about. I should have put my glue dots slightly further down had I thought about it. They are quite small for Advent, but you could do, you know, an old-fashioned Advent calendar which only used to have pictures on, or you could have it as, so one of the people I know does events, so, you know, you get to go to your favourite pizza restaurant or whatever. So you can do them as an event thing, which would be smaller amounts of writing. And if you're very clever, of course, you could set up a sheet and print it out and then cut it up. Right, so those are my little Hujama flips. I might actually be adding something extra because I just had a thought. Now the key to this is to make sure that you get your envelopes the right way up, like that. Okay, so that's where they're going to go. I'm going to use Seal Plus to stick them on, and I'm going to do it by eye because I can. Let's just get these so that they are in a reasonable, yeah, okay. So I'm going to have one colour stripe between each row. But as I say, I've just had a thought on how to make it easier to have these tuck under. So do remember that if you haven't already, sharing is caring and liking is good too. It really does make a difference to my algorithm, or the algorithm on YouTube. So if you would like to support me and you're not in the UK or Europe, so can't join my team or purchase from me, liking and sharing is always appreciated. There we go. Last one of these, and then as I say, I've just had a thought, which is worrying, I know. I'm using Seal Plus purely because A, it's quick, otherwise you could use liquid adhesive, but also because the idea is that these are going to be opened and closed, they're going to have quite a lot of pressure put on them. So that's where we are so far. And in the dies from memory, that's the size I want. Now the question is, are those the same size? Because if they are, that will just make things quicker. I think they are. Oh, it's blowing again. those are the same size. Yep, they look the same size. Right, so the pink, the dark pink in this pack is Magenta Madness. So I'm going to grab a scrap of Magenta Madness. Yep. And just run my little baby hearts through my die cutter. And then they can be the catch for the envelopes. I'm going to put it through at a slight angle. Let me pull that further up. Because this is a straight edge, I like to have it at an angle so it's not going flat on. And then so, oh, and I've now got 8 likes, thank you. Oh, and I must remember to do, I missed it last week, I do a weekly update, because we get weekly updates from Stamping Up, and each week after the updates have been released, I do a live stream in my team room just to give them my views on the updates. Sometimes we get a little bit more information as a leader, so I can obviously add a bit more colour. Right. Okay, the glue dots are quite large in comparison to these hearts. Whoops. So I'm going to try and pick them up. In fact, I might even do half a glue dot because I think that will be safer. So I'm just folding my glue dot in half. Obviously not that one because it's already stuck. Ooh. Let's pop these on. So let's put them down so that they don't stick to me. So that then helps put the flap in place, or keep the flap in place. Let's turn them all upside down, then I know what I'm doing. Pick up with a pickup tool, absolutely. Yeah, no, okay. Oh, it's raining again, what a surprise. So I hope you've all spotted that I've done another Top Tip Tuesday. I'm sorry I missed last week, but it just wasn't going to happen. Last Tuesday I wasn't sleeping 20 hours out of 24. I was probably only sleeping 18. But I was completely shattered at the beginning of the week, but not unwell. I mean, you know, I didn't feel ill. Whether that was because it was Omicron or because I've A, had it before, or B, am triple vaccinated, I don't know. But whichever. And our last one, fluff. That actually makes it look much more mint as well. So you can just open up your little envelopes. So you could actually have one open, probably not the one at the top, but you could have one open so that it's obvious that there's something inside, and have that up a bit when you post it. So let's pop this onto the front of our card, and then it is done. It's a little frightening. It's not even half past, and I've done a card. Woohoo! And not one bit of stamping. Fortunately, the next card does have some stamping. So there you go, that's our first card. Done. Great way of using up scraps as well. Now, later in the week, I've got my customer card kit videos coming out. I think one's tomorrow and one's on Friday. Might be wrong, but I think I'm not. So for those of you who are still waiting for your customer cards, customer thank you packs, sorry, they will be coming shortly. Right, so that's that one done. We're now moving on to Awesome Otters and more Sale-a-Bration paper. This is the Marvellous, the Simply Marvellous paper. And I'm going to use that as my background. I've run it through the textured paint. I thought I'd kept the embossing folder out. I have, or indeed painted texture, 3D embossing folder. And I've already die cut the tags from the same Sweetheart Sweet Die collection. Hello, Leslie from Sydney. Just going to have a quick So, scrap of paper, also known as a shipping list. Sorry, it sounded like someone was knocking at my door then for a moment. And I'm going to pick the Swimming Otter. As in the one that's bobbing, as opposed to the one that's doing, I think of that one as doing backstroke. Thank you, Nora. I've actually got you live. You have got me live, although it must be quite dark, as in it must be late at night or very early in the morning. Lorna, you're right. That background does make a very good robot. Sorry, my brain still hasn't quite caught up with having had COVID. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So this is going to be one of those really simple cards. Now, if you don't have a tag die like this, you could actually just use a piece of card and punch a hole in the top. 10:30 at night. Oh, okay, so not too bad. It was probably later than that I caught Kylie Bertucci live. I didn't think I was going to be able to make it to the end, but she actually did a slightly shorter live than she often does, so it was fine. So that is going to go there. We're going to have a bow, but first of all we are going to do some colouring. Why am I putting that away? The blends will bleed. Right, so I'm using Pool Party as my matte. So logic tells me that I need Pool Party for my water. I'm going to use some of the natural colours for, or will I? No, you could use the natural colours. I'm going to use Cinnamon Cider. Now, I check the inventory status report on the demonstrator website at least once a day, and if you saw the office hour that I did last Monday with Liz Hockley on the demonstrator planning place, for those of you who are demos, you will understand that I check the inventory status report very regularly. That was basically what that whole office hour was about. It was quite fun. It was actually it was Tuesday last week. It was the Liz and Liz COVID Valentine's office hour, because we both had COVID. Anyway, I have been harping on for a while now about the fact that the Magenta Madness, Bumblebee, Misty Moonlight, Just Jade and Cinnamon Cider colours are going, we know they're going, at the beginning of May. Anything that you want that is in any of those colours, please, please, please order it during Sale-a-Bration, so that there is a chance that you can A, earn extra products, and B, get it, because at the moment the re-inkers for some of those colours, can't remember which off the top of my head, are currently out of stock until the end of February, which tells me that people are beginning to stock up, so please don't get left behind, is what I'm trying to say. Right, so I've got Cinnamon Cider, Pool Party, and I'm going to bring in Petal Pink. That's the colour I'm thinking of. So I'm going to start by doing my water, which I know is a bit random, but you know. So yes, so if you are, it doesn't matter which region you're from, whether you're from Europe, South Pacific, North America, or wherever, please, 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 if you want the soon-to-be retired in colours, get them now. And if you love, as I do, cinnamon cider, get a few extra packs of card, etc. You won't be disappointed. I mean, there is a vague possibility that if we do a colour refresh at any point, they may come back, but we don't know for certain that they will. So make the most of the fact that you can get them now and order them before they go out of stock, not to come back in. Particularly with the global shipping issues that we've got, now really is the time to get things. We don't have back order anymore, so if they're out of stock. Now that's not to say go and do it now. You're allowed to wait until my live's over, so please don't run away yet. We're talking about team events. So for my team, my direct team, we had a virtual retreat just before I got COVID. And one of the prizes was all of the naturals rather, the natural tones, which I'd managed to get at a discount, shall we say. Anywho, right, so his nose is definitely going to be dark, so this is dark cinnamon cider. Then I'm going to have a bit of shading. Don't you love this otter? I might also just shade his mouth a little. Let me show you what I've done so far. Hello, Sally from Georgia. So this is what we've done so far. So just some very simple pool party, dark cinnamon cider. Then light cinnamon cider. Now I tend to not use the brush end ever, unless I'm doing sorry, I just need to check that this was light, and it is. Unless I'm doing an enormous space, I don't tend to do the brush end. And there's a number of reasons for that. I find it difficult to control. I'll be coming in with the colour lifter in a minute. But also the brush end is quite delicate. So, right, colour lifter. I've gone over the edge of the ear, so I just want to use my colour pusher backer, because it's not a colour lifter, it's a colour pusher backer. So if we look at the back, in a moment that will become very dark at the back. Right, so I'm going to use some dark petal pink for the inside of that ear, and then for the front. And I'm going over the mouth to blend that in, but it still gives some definition of where the mouth is. I might just do a bit of highlighting on top of his mouth. And that's pretty much all I want to do. So that is... Oh, I can't remember what the question was to yes, I do being the answer. Something about using the blends and not using the brush end, probably. Anyway, so there we are. That's the colouring. And you can see we've got this nice, well, hopefully you can see, we've got this nice shading, which is really subtle, rather than just being a complete dead line. Right, just pop those away. Be tidy for a change. You're loving the new blends, I know, aren't they gorgeous? So that's that little bit. Oh, note to self, use the knee joints, otherwise you end up crippling your knees. Now we have this gorgeous pool party, what do they call it, sheer ribbon. So I'm going to tie a little bow, but I might do a double width because it is very pretty and very thin. I'm going to tie a little bow to go in the hole. Now if you don't have these dies and you want to do this, as I said, you can just use a piece of card. You don't actually need to punch a hole, because you can just stick your bow over the top. So as I say, I'm using quite a double thickness, although it may be a bit bulky. No, single thickness, single thickness. Ah, thank you, Rachel. Glad you're feeding next door. Well, I don't know whether I'm glad you're feeding next door's rabbits or not, but I'm glad someone's looking after next door's rabbits. I'm assuming they're away. Now you may be wondering why I didn't use the blue Simply Marvellous paper, and to be honest, it's because it's too dark. I wanted this to be quite subtle. Oh, I've just had a thought. Ooh, I've just had a thought. I know, it's frightening, isn't it? So, yeah, that's going to be perfect. So, where are my snips? Where they're meant to be. There's a worrying thought. Okay, so that's going to go there. Perfect positioning over my otter. Oh, cinnamon cider, yes, loving cinnamon cider. Right, so this is my background. I'm just going to grab, if I can find it reasonably quickly. Yep, so this is my aqua brush, blending brush, and some Pool Party ink. And I'm just thinking this may be a disaster. Just saying. I'm just thinking that I could put, if I do it where I'm going to cover up first. Oh, it is very subtle. No, that's all right. I'm just thinking I can have some blending coming out from behind, and by using Pool Party it ties everything together a bit more. Oh yes, happy 2 day. So I have issued my team a challenge of doing 2s. So it could be sending out random acts of kindness, all those sorts of things, but doing 2s. Yes, like that. Right, so let's close that, pop it back. Pop some dimensionals on the back of this. And I'm going to put it at a very slight angle, but only slight because I want the water to not actually look as if it's running out of the corner. Which I might go up a little bit. And if it looks like that's not straight, because the water has to be straight. Water only knows straight up or down. So it's either falling over a waterfall or else it's flat. So if that doesn't look straight to your eye, you can just bring the colour up a little bit. And then add a glue dot to the back of my bow and pop that over the hole. I'm actually going to just pop a small dimensional. That's not a small dimensional. It's another large dimensional. I've got minis here, I know I have. There we go. Out of a kit by the look of it. Just going to, with my take your pick, add, didn't like this set to be honest. Oh, well, that sounds like another order coming on, Rachel. Right, that's just to support that bow. Now, I do think we're going to need a sentiment. So what have we got? Oh, we might as well go You're Utterly Awesome. Ooh, I've just had a thought. I wonder if it's too big. I wonder lonely as a cloud. It might work. Just! This is from the same die set. So let me grab a small but not tiny piece of card. You'd think I had a big piece. There it is. No, that's not it. I had a large piece of, oh, maybe it was that. Large piece of white. That's my card base. So I'm going to go pull part. Oh no, I'm going to go smoky slate, because smoky slate's that. In fact, I might even go basic grey. So that it's about to stamp into the die. It really is. I think perhaps I need to go back to bed. Now, doesn't matter if this is crooked or straight, because, and it's crooked, because I'm going to die cut it so I can make it straight. Bring out my little mini chopper, well, die cutter. And I actually want it quite close to the flag end, and I don't want all of the flag end, so I'm going to go up. Now, if you worry that it's going to move, just pop a post-it note over the top, or, you know, sticky note of some description. Other brands are available. I'm almost of the opinion that post-it note has become like Hoover to vacuum cleaners. Right, so let's bring in my base. Now, strangely, I am going to use liquid glue on the back of the paper, which is not something I do that often, but it is so heavily embossed that I want to make sure that there is glue attaching this to the card beneath. And because it's waffled anyway, it doesn't matter if it has a few more bits of texture. And then this is going to go down there on dimensionals. And then I think a couple of embellishments might not come amiss. So we'll dig out my embellishment pot and see what goes. I'm going to come in a little bit more because my dimensional is off the edge of my paper. That's better. And then still off the edge, but we can trim that. I'm going to use my big scissors because we're going through a dimensional as well. There we go. Fold my card base. Pop some glue on. may have just enough time to do a very quick last card. Let's just get some embellishments. So, ooh, those will do. These are the holiday rhinestones, which I think are out of stock in Europe at the moment. Sorry. But they are due back in, so I think we are going to embrace the oh, I've got some on my I had 2 sheets going, so I stuck them together. So we'll have one just tucked under, actually no, no, we will, it's going there. It's decided, it's going there. We'll have up there and up there, and third one up there. That's just one, that's counting as one bit of embellishment. Sorry, it's not on camera. So I need at least one more, because I do like my odd numbers, and I think we will just tuck it in there. So we've got 1, 2, 3 areas of embellishment. Although I do want, can I get this off without ripping the paper? I kind of, yes I can. Kind of want it down there. That's better. That's betterer. So then we've got everything inside the embellishment. Right, so that's number 2. Hello, Brenton. Do you know, I was just about to say, when I was putting these rhinestones here, have you seen Brenton's Instagram feed where he puts the southern star, is it? Anyway, you put a constellation on your cards, for your rainbow cards, and they were gorgeous. Do go and have a look at Brenton's Instagram feed. Just look for Brenton and you'll find him. Right, so one quick last card. We've got to do actually, let me, changing my mind on the paper. We have got to do some cars. And let's face it, I haven't done any fussy cutting. Let's do some fussy cutting. And also, I'm having my hair cut tomorrow, thank the Lord. And I kind of want to have a rainbow card with a sort of VW camper van. Because when I pay her, I like to give the money to her in a card, and she has a camper van. So why wouldn't I? Right, so we're not using, well, we will be using this. We'll be using both. So let's start with this onto here. So that's one bit of our camper van, and then this onto here. Yes, I wanted spots on the roof. That's what I was hoping for, because it would have been quite easy for the roof to not have spots on. Right, so let's just waft that a little, and I want this to be the main background, and by main I mean I am going to put a mat behind it. So 5.5 by 3 3/4. Measurements will be on my website in due course. Am I in luck? Am I in luck? I am. Magenta Madness matte. We'll need some more white. Thinking about that. Right. Okay, so that's those bits. I will be doing some more layers, but let's fussy cut. It's not that difficult to fussy cut this shape. So don't stress too much about it. Now this I'm going to leave a margin round the outside. When I come to the paper, I am not. And you will see why when we do it. So has anyone not got driving by stamp set? Let me bring that in so you can see it. It's currently got stamps stuck to it. So that's the driving by stamp set. It's going to be perfect for so many occasions. So if you are not worried about when things are, whether things are current or not, perfect to have in your stash for all those birthdays, for someone who has a car or has a dream for a sports car, be they male or female, be they young or old. Perfect! This is great for Christmas, the sort of VW Beetle-ish. Can't call it a VW Beetle any more than we can call that a VW camper van. But you know what I mean. Leslie has retracted her message. Ooh. I missed it. Right, so this I'm going to cut absolutely bang on the black line. I say bang on the black line. I'm leaving the black line in place, but I'm cutting really close to it. Now, fortunately, it does have a few gaps in the stamp anyway, so if you do miss and cut the black line off, don't worry, no one will know. Sorry, I'm concentrating. I'm being really quiet, and you're being really quiet too. Oh, I've just realised what I've done. Taken off the hubcap. Let me just put that back on. Not the hubcap, the wheel arch. Let me just add the wheel arch back in before I cut it off completely. We'll stick it down, don't worry. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Wasn't concentrating. Thought I was. Wasn't. Because I'm trying to do this and see if there's any comments. Love the Rainbow DSP, have collected 5 packs. Good, I'm going to use my car stamps tomorrow as you have inspired me. Retracted was a wrong button being pressed. Don't worry, Leslie, I know what you mean. It's been a long day. It's late with you. Dare I say, at the moment it's a long day, even when I just get up at first thing in the morning. I was so late getting up this morning, I tell you. Right. Then this bit is really easy because it's basically straight lines, top and bottom. Not completely because this has got a curve for the roof, but other than that, it's straight, and we like straight. So who can believe that it's going to be March next week? It's just, I can't get my head around it. Oops, let's not scoop that away. Right, okay, so I did make a boo-boo. So we're going to correct that boo-boo by actually, always forget about paper piecing. No, you're very welcome, Lorna. Paper piecing is wonderful. So I am going to be specific about adding some adhesive where I cut the wheel arch off. Now normally I would add the adhesive to the paper I'm sticking down, but because I did make a boo-boo, I'm making sure that I get it in the right place. I put far too much glue on here. Let me just scoop some off. I'll spread it out a little. That's better. There's a blob there as well. That's better. Much better. Right. Yeah, paper piecing is great. It's wonderful if you've got images of people in clothes, because you can paper piece their clothes. A bit like those dolls, those cut-out dolls we used to get. I mean, they may still do them, I don't know. But yeah, there is a little bit too much glue down there, but it will be fine. And then across the top. Like that. So there is our camper van with dots on. Let's get rid of that for the moment. Now we need to colour. I love, for glass, the light soft seafoam. I think it is a perfect glass colour. I'm going to leave the rest of the body of the camper van white. And then we just need smoky slate or grey granite. Smoky slate. I mean, grey granite would do, but I wanted smoky slate. So, wheel hub. This is the light, she says, double checking. Exhaust. And then I want light black, I know. Hello, Marion from Germany. So I don't want this to be black, I want it to be this slightly faded black, hence the choice of colour. So that's that. Then this will be on here. I need something for it to sit on, and I think I'm going to go with You've Got Style as my sentiment, and that's going to be on whatever I decide it's got to sit on. Actually sticking your paper down is always a plan. Oh, that's zingy. Whew. Mango Melody and Magenta Madness, all the M's. Very zingy. Right, okay, I think I'm going to use more paper for the ground. Just can't decide. I think I quite like the soft seafoam, but let's see what we've got. Oh, the hearts would be quite nice. Yeah, the hearts might work. All that pool party. Meh. All that. No, too busy for a stamped. Ooh. Yep. I might have enough. Nope. No. Wondered if I had enough from the other piece, but I don't. Okay, so I am going to select Pool Party from my piece of paper. I might go So saffron, actually. Right, this is actually going to go right the way across the whole card base. Need a card base, of course, to do that. Oh, and I just had a thought which embellishment I can use. Woohoo! Although it does mean putting squares with dots. Oh, I think I can cope. Right, so let me add this to the card. Gosh, we've got mess. It skidded. That's right. Right. So this is going to go here, having been stamped on. This is going to go there. And then we're going to pop some embellishments on. Right, so I'm going to have, you've got style there. Yep. And I'm going to pull basic grey again, because I do like basic grey. Basic grey is actually quite a useful black. I know that sounds weird, but fingers crossed this is straight. Wish me luck. Yes. Otherwise it would have gone on to a piece of card. Right, okay, so this is going to be on dimensionals. This is just going to be stuck with seal, which I can't see for looking at it. Right, you've got, it's going to go to about there. So we'll go slightly further out than where I need it to be. Grid paper to help me with lining up. There. Trim the back. Like that. Now, while I'm doing this, if anyone would like either of these two cards, now I'm picking this up from the amazing Kylie, if you are happy to DM me, or actually probably email me your address, wherever you are in the world, I will send you, I'm going to pick two names, obviously, I will send you one of these two cards. Because it's, you know, a friendly thing to do. Just going to add some Wink of Stella on my glass and chrome before I stick this down. So just put in the comments, me please, and then my email address is liz.yuille@artlover.com, and if you email me your address, you will go into a draw for one of the cards that isn't going to my hairdresser. So yes. Oh, thank you, Barbara. So yes, just type me please, and then you have to obviously email me your address, and I will send them out. And as I say, I don't mind where you are in the world. I will send one of these cards out to these two cards out to two of you. Right, embellishment. Actually, no, I've changed my mind. I was going to do, but I'm going to go iridescent. No one wants the cards. No one. So all you have to do is say me please, and you have the possibility to win one of these cards. But apparently no one wants one. I'm going to cry. So that's just a nod to the exhaust pipe. We'll have that one there. And don't mind if you're on my team, wherever you are, don't mind. one there, and then again I'm going to do a little cluster, but this time it's going to be up here. So Rachel says me please, Karen says me please. This is better. Lots of people saying me please. So as I say, after the live, pop me an email with your address. Even if you think I already have it, please pop me an email with your address, and I will draw later today. And then when I do my post on my website for this, I will say who has won them, and I will get them out in the post to you this week. So I've added some of the iridescent gems, which are clear, so they're just adding a bit of sparkle without covering up the pattern. Don't worry, Carol, you can catch it on catch up. So if you're wondering about the me please, I've said that if anyone would like to have one of these 2 cards, they will go into a draw if they type me please and email me. Email me to, I'm going to put it in the chat, at liz.yuille@artlover.com. So liz.yuille at artlover.com. There you are. And you have to have me please on both the chat here, so I know you are live, and also email me your address. So there you are. So these are our 3 cards. These are the 2 that will go in the drawer, and this is the one that's going to my hairdresser. Leslie, the email address is in the chat now. So it's liz.yuille@artlover.com. So you should just be able to copy it from the chat. Can someone confirm that it is actually showing in the chat? Please. So, excellent. So this may become a regular thing. May not, but it may. Certainly for the Tuesdays, I think it might, because it's kind of fun. Good, glad to see that it's in the chat. Excellent. So, Sale-a-Bration. Make the most of it. So, Sale-a-Bration, Sale-a-Bration, Sale-a-Bration. Everything that I have used, apart from the dies and the card, is from Sale-a-Bration, hence a Sale-a-Bration mashup. Good, I'm so pleased, Lorna. Excellent, so there we go. And as I say, I'll do the draw later this afternoon, and in the post, as in the blog post that will go with this, which will be linked in the description bar below once I've had a chance to photograph and write it up, I will confirm who's got it, or got them. Obviously I won't share your addresses or anything, I'll just say, and this went to so-and-so and this went to so-and-so. It is showing in the chat, thank you, Brenton. So I'm just going to flip up, or rather flip the camera up so I can do my goodbye properly. So always have to do a slight sideways glance to make sure that everything's working properly. Why is my mouse not doing what it's meant to do? It's a new mouse. Can't even find it. There we are. There we are. Right. So thank you very much for joining me today. I'm so pleased to be back. I cannot tell you how pleased I am to be back. Thank you, Rachel. I'm sure she will love the card. Yes, thank you very much for joining me. As I say, I'm really pleased to be back. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a share. I will be back again on Thursday at 3 o'clock UK time for more fun. Lucky hairdresser. Absolutely, Judith. Yeah, don't know what I'm using on Thursday, but probably I have an inkling it might possibly be Sale-a-Bration items whilst we've still got them to use. So thank you very much indeed. Have a fantastic day, night, afternoon, evening. If you're in the UK or Europe and want to join Stamping Up or shop from Stamping Up, I would be thrilled if you would choose me. Other than that, have a fantastic day, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye. She says trying to find her end screen. Where's it gone? There we are. Bye.